I'm just, I'm just gonna start up everything, um, because I still have a career. Um, uh, so I decided that I'd actually come up here. We're gonna do things backwards. I'm gonna turn down this music. Um, we're gonna do things a little backwards. I am going to I'm going to basically just stream until I earn earn my day's keep, so I can not stream. That is today's plan. Because I probably should rest, and as I get up to get more ibuprofen, I realize, being more sedentary today, that it is hurting more. But I'm an idiot, and I put together that I didn't bring more ibuprofen with me today, so it's wearing off. Don't be worried. It's a simple story of a guy who tried to go off and do something nice, and it got hurt because of it. No, don't be worried. Hopefully, don't be worried. But let's see if I can put a different banner up and everything. Yeah, I'm gonna make a goal to it's backwards. I know there's no countdown or anything. It's literally just like, I'll be here until I can not. It's I cannot. I have a story. I was gonna post what happened. Um. Uh. 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 No. Yes. Okay. Um. I'll explain all that in just a moment. I even you know what's weird? My son called me out, actually, which makes me feel even worse. So tonight was gonna be near. That's gonna have to be switched to another night. And I'll explain. I have a goal of basically letting me rest. Conundrum. I need rest and work. So what I'm gonna play more BioShock. Um, 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 and I'm just gonna do that and everything. Let me get up. Let me take more ibuprofen. Let that start kicking in, because I realize my mistake is more or less. I'm glad Resident Evil was able to help somebody. Yeah, I'm not gonna talk much about it. Two people hit the same thing at the same time. That's, oh no, you hit it twice. So anyway, I'll explain myself. Should I explain myself? I don't know. I don't want to make it into a big deal, but well, I didn't wait to take mess. Jordan with the shield. It's been a hot second. I didn't wait until I started hurting. I accidentally let it lapse. I'll mention how I got. This is why also support rest for injury. Will that work? Because there would be a certain point where I'm just gonna not. By the way, Micah, I saw where you work. And all I could think of is, you end up working at a 24 center that I could end up going to if I needed to go somewhere. Like, I could end up running into you, and that would be so weird. because I know exactly where you're saying your work is. Sounds weird, but you live in my backyard, so I know exactly where the 24-hour center where you are is. And I'm like, oh, technically near where I am, that's like close to like that's close to like where I would go. um um so that bar literally actually has no basis on how long we're going. I'm not doing a timer tonight. I'll end up stopping if the bar fills. I can stop a little sooner. I'm gonna go take medicine and then I'll be back. Oh no, I could actually end up there. That'd be one of the 24-hour places around here. I don't think I don't think I'm bad off enough by far. And if I was, then I'd actually probably end up in that direction. I know which 24. For some reason, where I am, there's the 24-hour center. It doesn't have people basically really on call as well as Kaiser does. So it's a weird thing. So it just so happens that I know exactly where you work because I've been there before. So that would be a weird time to have to meet anyone. So hold on. All right. All right. So me speaking is not going to be as easy right now. And I realize that because the second I start projecting my voice, I realize that, wow, don't let medicine wear off if you're already hurting and sore. I also decided that basically, so Jeffrey came through clutch still to remind to keep me on track. Now I have to ask Jeffrey to remember everything I already said, but put near back at the end of that list. Whatever I said was supposed to be the schedule. Reverse, I have downloaded both on my PS5 and my Xbox. So Reverse will be played tomorrow. It goes live tonight at 1 a.m. I'm not doing that. So Jeffrey, if you could, whatever I was, because Nier will just be pushed back a day. and that's awesome. Thank you for doing that. Um, I decided that I was going to stream because fewer people would end up having to see this or hear me talk about this shit if I streamed and just did my job rather than having to like do my job twice over, even if I'm sore. And I don't want to make a community post because I can see views on that, and instead of maybe a few hundred of you guys hearing it, because there's only like 50 some or 60 some of you here, maybe I can pull this off of being able to just kind of like not have to make a noise about it. And then basically TLDR, I kind of realized that making a community post, I don't want to make a big deal out of it, but I still need to work my job. So I'll let you guys know what happened, and then we'll go to BioShock. This bar is literally to like I didn't made no plans to skip today. I can't really skip. I have plans in the future of trying to not get evicted from this place, or try to get in a better place altogether. I know September 16th sounds a long way away, but to get to that point of making sure you have custody of your son, you do what you gotta. So last night, for those of you that stayed up, you might have heard through my microphone, you might not have heard, yelling, some things that were weird. Now during the stream, might have sounded like I paused and got quiet a few times, right towards the end. That was for a reason. I know what bad sounds like. And so even though I was tired yesterday because we had just streamed Detroit Become Human for like over 9 hours, and then I got back on and streamed BioShock. So, and then, I streamed for a lot. Within a 36-hour period, I streamed for about 24 hours. So, I put in what, in a day and a half, I put in what people usually consider like more than half their work week. I'll explain this again later, but I'm gonna play BioShock. I'm actually gonna earn my keep for a few, and then I'm gonna, yeah, that's right, Beyond Two Souls. I'm sorry, I'm still, I made a mistake. I lit the ibuprofen lapse. By the way, a pro tip, don't take ibuprofen and Tylenol at the same time. Your body has to basically absorb them in not a similar fashion, but they can conflict with each other. You take them 2 hours apart. They're most effective if not stacked on top of each other. So you do something like take ibuprofen, wait 2 hours, take Tylenol. Stacking them on top of each other decreases each other's efficacy. So anyway, we did all those streams and everything in the very background of BioShock. So I did Dying Light. I barely slept. We did 9 hours Detroit Become Human. Took a 45-minute break. I played BioShock. At the very end last night of BioShock, it is possible to pick up little things through the microphone if you heard random sounds, because you'll see at the very end of yesterday's BioShock, I turned my head, and it's because I was hearing something, and I was debating, and I also looked down. That's why I stopped the stream on time. I had a little internal debate. Beyond Two Souls, not Detroit Become Human. So anyway, what I heard was something from my past, and then we're gonna start this me playing, and I'll earn my damn keep, and then I will have to only make one community post, one that I knew I would have to make, which is the processors the business doesn't make, and I'm not looking to make a profit off of anything. I'm just looking to literally make sure the business gets this money back, so I don't accidentally run out of money to make sure that I can keep being in front of a camera in case something like, I don't know, the camera breaks. So what happened was that at around 2 o'clock, realizing that I had heard what I heard outside, I lived in a poor neighborhood growing up. I know what it sounds like, that somebody that is high on some kind of drug, usually a narcotic, usually a stimulant, something that puts someone crazy out of their mind. I heard it going from right to left, from my perception. Might not seem like a big deal to you guys. In the neighborhood I'm in, that doesn't happen. Now, when that happens at 2 a.m. in a place that usually doesn't happen, people don't usually respond to it. Or if they wake up, they don't know what they're hearing. But I knew what I was hearing, because I remember being young and hearing that shit way too often and being scared. So you're about to see why I don't want to make a community post out of this. I don't need people thinking, like, putting anything on a pedestal. I don't fucking want to go through that. I don't need anyone's whatever, like, or I'm just me, and it's what I do, and I don't need anyone looking any different. I realize something. There's only one place. There's only one place where somebody ranting and raving could go. If you live in this area, and I heard me saying right to left means that they were going toward the only place that should reopen. There's a 24-hour gas station near me, and the past few nights I realized that there's a very petite young lady that is working that third shift alone, which usually isn't a big deal, but she transferred from Roswell, and since I work late nights, every now and then you guys see me have the airhead bites. They come from that gas station. I'll go off and realize that I feel like I didn't have enough sugar that day or something, and I'll go get airhead bites. And so I kind of put it together and debated with myself what I would do, and I was not going to. Part of me didn't want to, but part of me was just like, I feel bad leaving someone who she had told me that, like, where she worked in Roswell, which is, by the way, also where I used to manage a Waffle House. So I wonder what part of Roswell she got to work in where it was calmer. She was just so used to it calm. I was like, please don't let them show up over there. And then I was thinking that if she didn't know the police officer that the other guys know, she wouldn't know to bribe the police officer to stay in the parking lot all night by giving him free coffee. So she's just over there, and I kind of put it all together that she's a sitting duck, and the only place that's open with somebody who is really high and out of his mind on something, is walking toward the only place that's open, and it's just her small petite ass behind that counter, and she's got buttons on her side, but I was just kind of worried. So I went over there. I went to the QT. It's Quick Trip. It's a gas station, 24 hours. Lo and behold, wow, I got to walk into the spectacle of a man that at least he was lean but still had a few inches height on me, and was fucked up out of his mind. When people say the word crackhead, they say it jokingly. This was like this was an actual crackhead type deal. Him ranting out of his mind and just raving and saying all the things. This girl is this girl already hit the buttons she's got on her belt. They've got at QT, they have 2 buttons, emergency buttons on the belt. She had already hit it, but he was trying to he was doing anything he could to get her to open the cash register by saying that, he was working hard. It was really hard to understand them, but he was trying to, like, get some smokes. He was trying to get some tobacco. Both of those require an ID, and he didn't have one. Then he tried to say he works hard, and I couldn't understand what he was saying. Then he was talking about something to do with lottery tickets. Like, this is a guy who's before known how to get them to open a drawer. And so that kind of, and like, she was nervous as hell. The only other customer there walked out the door. So I went over to where, like, right behind where you'd be, and I like grabbed like a Caesar salad that they have pre-made there. I just put it on the desk like it would be in his way, like I'm trying to make, like, hey, here's my pile of things I'm gonna get. And so I put it like in his way, and to make him kind of move to the side. And instead, I was gonna actually talk to him to try to get him to stop basically harassing her, because he was trying to get her to open the register. He was being so nonchalant and so talkative and so fucked up out of his mind. When I went to, like, since I was kind of trying to stay there and watch until police officers showed up, because I saw her hit the button when I was in there. She went from hitting the please show up, there's an issue button, to the panic button. So I was trying to stay in the store and like keep it okay, but he was getting more irate, and then he started talking to me, trying to ask me to pay, and I realized he was trying to get me to pay with cash. And since I already had a stack of stuff, I decided to go ahead and pay for it so I'd be there, so I could show that I can't pay for cash because I don't have cash. So I used my watch to pay. But I told him, like, he's asking for all these things, and I said that I said, hey, like, she can't do anything about it. Really sorry about that. Like, that is her job. And like, I'll talk to you outside. Like, just meet me outside. Just give me a few. Let me finish up what I'm doing here. And I was just like, but talk to me outside. And so he stepped out the door, and I was still in the. I'm just trying to stall for the cops to show up, and she like pulled down. I realized that she pulled down her mask to talk. So I knew she was kind of like shaken because she was really trying to enunciate everything. And so she was, I asked her, did you hit the buttons and everything, right? Cool. And she was like, yeah, I did. And she was like, yeah, I'm from like a small, I'm not used to like people like that, but I'll be all right. I'll be fine. Like, I hit the button for the police, and I was like, they'll stay like usually in the parking lot, but I'll go talk to her. I was like, he was trying to do all that. And it's like, yeah, okay. Well, in the middle of having a smaller conversation with her about that, of like is she fine? She's shaken up by this guy acting like that. I realized that I told him that I asked him to wait outside, but he started harassing somebody else trying to come inside the store. So I was like, okay, I ran out of time. Like, I ran out of leeway. So I was like, I gotta step out the door. And I stepped out the door, and I immediately was gonna just basically go toward my car, because it's always good to have an object between you and somebody else. But like, he started asking me, and what raised a red flag for me was he said, I know where, like, I couldn't understand half of what he's saying. You can't understand crackheads. Don't even try to make sense of it. I couldn't understand half of what he was saying. But he did name off the neighborhood that I used to live in, and where my son still lives with his mom. He said he knew I was going that way to go home. And that raised a red flag for me of trying to say, like, misdirect and everything. I am recognizable where I live because of the blue mohawk. So that was one of those things, like, I might have never recognized him, but if he recognized me, then I just made a mistake. So I was still trying to just stall and talk to him, and just saying, hey, no, my son's not even here with me. He's still with his mom right now. And I was like, hey, I just worked like forever, and like, my son is at home. I got to get back to my son. I can't have him worried or anything. By the way, I'd never leave my son alone at night at my house, even if I live in one of the top 5 safest cities in the U.S. I believe it's still on the top 5. Um, I was like, hey, he named off my old neighborhood where my old house was, and and took me by surprise, and he was like, you just get in, I just need a ride and whatever. And I was like, hey, I just worked forever and I'm tired. I need to get back to my son. He doesn't need to be waking up. I'm just here to get a few things, and so I'm having to get over to my car, but I know you work yours and I work mine. I've been working mine. I heard you saying in there that you work your ass off and everything. And he's like, yeah, I work my, I do my, and I do my, I just do my thing, and got in that stuttering groove. And then I misheard him, or he misspoke, but in his little stuttering groove, I said I would not. He was just like, you don't, like, he started following behind me when I had him in front of me, and he immediately said, you only got where I'm just right behind. I won't do nothing to you. If anyone ever explains to themselves that they're not going to do anything to you by following behind you, do not trust them. It's like this stupidity 101. Don't let people follow you in the first place at night. Don't let crackheads follow you at 2 a.m. at night. 2:30. I actually know it was right when this is happening is near 2:30, 2:45. But I was just trying to go to the car. Whatever. I'm dragging it out because I'm waiting because it still hurts, and I am hoping that medicine kicks in just a moment, and explaining myself well enough that I don't have to explain it again. But anyway, he was asking if I wasn't willing to drive him to this neighborhood where I used to live, that he said by name, and he said, you give this what vibe. I know you live, and I get it, and I just need it over there. I just been working, I get the gas in the car. Like, when they start talking like that, it is so strikingly obvious. And it sounds like I'm joking, like I'm trying to make a parody. If you've never dealt with fucking crackheads, this is how they actually work. It's not fun. Nothing's fun about any of this. And I'm not proud that my guess was right, that he would head for the only place that's still open. But he got out from behind me to go to my passenger door, because he's saying I could at least take him to Publix, which is also near me. And I told him, my son and I walk to Publix all the time. You can walk yourself. And like, I live the exact opposite direction. Again, it's truthful that I don't live in that neighborhood anymore, but my son with his mom lives in that neighborhood. So I'm like, I live in the exact opposite direction. I'm not passing on over there, man. Like, I'm sorry. I just worked basically 20 hours straight. So I'm tired. Which I just rounded up to 20. I think yesterday I only did like 18. I think we only did like 18 straight, whatever that was. Something like that. We're close. So anyway, I was like, I just worked 20 hours straight. I gotta get to my son. He tried to open the passenger door. I saw that coming like a hair second split before he did it. And since I had just unlocked my doors to get in, I hit the lock door on my driver's side. So he tries to yank my passenger door open. I don't think he could have done anything anyway, because I drive a manual, and most people can't even drive a manual car anymore. And people high on as hell can't drive an automatic to save their life, much less having to work a clutch. But he tried to yank that door open, couldn't get it open. Was just saying, I thought you said it, and he just immediately just got irate, immediately angry, immediately whatever, and that's kind of where it is. So if you could understand why I wouldn't said, because Jeff was kind enough to give me the reminders I need to schedule Nier, and Nier is now being pushed back. And if you could see it from my perspective, I still need to work to get to my goals of later on in this year, and everything. But I really decided it'd be better if I just got on screen, worked, and that the bar instead was to so I can stop when it's time for me to just rest. Because yes, as soon as he got irate that he couldn't get in the passenger door, he came right around, and luckily he took a swing at me. I say luckily because idiots take wild swings. Unluckily for me, he decided to do it left-handed, and if I have one bad side when it comes to me is that I really never trained enough, never practiced enough against southpaws, and I was really tired. I say luckily because if someone takes a swing, you can easily lock their arm and put them on the ground. I'm not here to teach a class. I'm here to say I made a mistake. Since it was his left coming at me, I made the same mistake that I fucking made with my arm a long time ago. It's the same goddamn mistake, but it's just more than a decade later. It took me a second to actually get hold of his wrist, because I'm so used to someone throwing a right hand and being able to do a joint lock. Basically lock the wrist, lock their elbow, and if you don't want to bend over and you don't want to move, then I'm going to break your wrist and elbow. But since he got a good shot at my kidney. I stayed up long enough last night to see if I was pissing blood, and I wasn't. So I went to bed, and then I did my normal thing today. And now I'm hurting because I forgot to take more ibuprofen. And now it's finally starting to bruise a bit, but it doesn't necessarily, I don't bruise very easily. It hurts like hell. So that's, now you can see maybe why I didn't want to make a community post of why I wasn't streaming when I told everyone I was streaming. Maybe, I did call and check up. They've got it under control. The girl's shaken, but they're taking care of her. The luckily when when he got an elbow in me, luckily also then that's when the cops came, and I didn't want it to look like a fight because I had him now against my car in a joint lock, and it's fine. And as soon as that happened, the girl popped out of the QT because the cop showed up. Immediately said that the guy in the white shirt, and I wasn't wearing the white shirt, was the guy that she had hit the button about, and the cop did the right thing. He had flashlight in the guy's face right next to me. As soon as he started coming around, and asking asking me, is this my car? And I was like, yes sir. And he was like, is this man, was like, what's going on? I was like, I'll let go of him, but the guy, he actually is the guy that was called on. He decided to come after me after I wouldn't let him in the car, and he's like, do you know him? No. I was like, okay. And it was just a brief thing. As soon as the guy realized that cops were there, he really stopped. So I just let go of him. And another cop car came up, and they had two more officers there. So that's 3 in total, with this guy who's now trying to make a million excuses of how this is all a misunderstanding. And I just gave one my information just in case I needed to actually go to the hospital later, in case I've misjudged how hard he got me. I'm just kind of pissed at myself. So we are now going to have a few days where I am really sore because I don't know how many people have ever taken an elbow to right at your rib, right at your kidney. That's also where I lost that part of my lung, from COVID. So it's a nice and sore spot for me. It's a perfect place. I'm just kind of So anyway, I'm playing and we're doing it backwards. I'll go as long as I feel comfortable. And if literally I'm looking at the game and I'm just like, I'm not with it, I'm just going to stop. I'm just going to stop it then. And then I'll be finished. But the bar is more there of I should work, but I don't want to, and I don't feel up to it. No, American Beauty, you need to shut the fuck up. Are you kidding? Before I play these, because I just banned American Beauty, because American Beauty, I get the idea that you're actually the same troll that's been under a few other names. Let me school you on something, because you're the 11-year-old here. Getting a concealed carry weapon permit does not allow you to escalate things so quickly, you jackass. Don't fucking use... You can de-escalate things with a weapon. You know what else you can use? You know what else you can use? You can use your fucking mind. How many times on my goddamn channel have I said that excessive force and violence as a first means of anything is the bastion of cowards? I just went there to use my mind. I was stalling. I just, on a hunch, with a gut instinct, knowing that that's the only place open, decided to pop by because I knew there was a petite young lady that wasn't used to that kind of stuff working. My hunch paid off. I was just waiting, helping to stall. Not there to pull a weapon. I asked him to leave the store. Again, waiting to stall. Asking her if she had actually hit her button, even though I saw her hit it, making sure that she wasn't too shaken, that she had actually hit the button to alert the police. The only reason I went outside to actually confront him was because he was now starting to get confrontational with two other people who were up that late going into a grocery store. Let me school you. Let me school you on your Second Amendment rights. Let me school you on concealed carry weapons. If I had drawn on someone who had not presented a weapon, listen here, fuckface, because you think you know it all. And I hope you're still here instead of dipping out like some fucking coward because you got called out for your bullshit. Let me school you on your fucking rights. If he was acting aggressive and doing everything he could basically to get that safe open, but did not show a weapon, I couldn't prove a weapon, and he wasn't being physical yet I had drawn my weapon, guess who's the one that goes to jail? Read your goddamn laws. If I had drawn a weapon, even if I had one, I'm not confirming or denying whether I had one on me. I refuse to do that on this platform. This platform does not allow me to talk about that in a present tense. It just happened literally in this same day. This happened around 2:30, 2:45 a.m. It is only now 10:39 p.m. So listen here, fuckface. In the state from which I live and in every other state, if you decide to draw your weapon to de-escalate a situation where no deadly force has yet been shown, only threats of it, you're the one going to jail for the assault. You're the one that's going to be behind bars. Don't you fucking come up in my chat and try to talk to me about weapons, because I probably could school your ass about how to front, back, left, right, Konami code, whatever the fuck. I don't need to hear your bullshit. I don't need to hear it about bladed weapons, about firearms, or any other weapon in particular, because I know my shit. I know it much better than you do, unless you would like to show me where your background is. And if I will gladly apologize about if your background is truly military, law enforcement, or something that can trump mine, I will apologize. I don't feel like using my breath. On top of that, even when he was coming toward my car, drawing my weapon on him, just following me, again, is me displaying aggressive deadly force. By Georgia law, again, just because he's out there acting like that, and just because he draws a weapon, just because he's following me, doesn't give me the right to draw a weapon. Let me school you on one last thing. I just said he came from the passenger side of my car once he finally got irate enough to actually try to take a swing at me. If you fucking think that a pistol is the way to go when you're that close quarters, you're an idiot or very well trained. I'm gonna go with you're an idiot. Because you seem to be an idiot about everything else in this conversation if you're still here. So I'm just gonna go with you're an idiot. You should know how to actually not, the average draw time for somebody, if you want to talk about a pistol, fine, I'll talk about a pistol. Let me actually tell you what it is. A trained officer who actually puts their time in at the range can on average present their weapon in 1.6 seconds after identifying a threat and deciding to draw their weapon. Under pressure, you double that time. So I'm literally telling you that unless you're in competition, when you're literally fighting for your life, not in a competition where you're on a firing range, when it's a two-way firing range or you've got an aggressor, the best on average that you'll get from anybody, any level of training, is on average 3.2 seconds from drawing it from holster to actually presenting and firing. Let me tell you what happens in 3.2 seconds with a guy that's on the other side of your goddamn car. Shoot him in the heart if you want to. They got 10 seconds to still do shit to your ass. People don't drop like they do in Hollywood, fuckface. You don't just turn to that. What the hell is wrong with you? In 3.2 seconds, that was plenty of time for him to get pissed off after he realized I had locked the door on him. Plenty of time for him to come around and actually confront me. If you want to know the truth, YouTube don't get on to me because I'm trying to school an asshole. But the truth is, that's why you have a bladed weapon on you if you're going to actually present deadly force. And even then, you shouldn't depend necessarily on something as your first. There's literally no training that tells you that if it is that close, to try to draw the weapon first before doing something there's nothing out there that says if there is danger that close to try to even draw your weapon that fast. It usually happens something that is grappling of some sort. It is some kind of, usually you're taught somehow to knock off balance to start, because there is no time to usually go for a weapon. There are exceptions to the rule, and exceptions are always made, and you see them all the time. But I feel like I have to sit here and now, apparently just because I didn't want to make a community post, make sure that assholes that think that carrying a pistol makes them actually you think that'll save your life, really? Do you think under pressure you'd get that shaky hand off of you and that you would actually aim it to the one place that would stop someone? It doesn't matter if he's high on crack, you fuckface. Are you fucking kidding me? So, like, yes, I did what the right thing. Instead, I got in my stance and waited for him to take a swing so that I could catch his swing, grab his wrist, turn it over sideways, bring other hand over, drive my elbow down into his elbow, and basically make him bend over. The only thing I messed up with is that I'm so used to sparring on anyone that's right-handed in my past that it took me a second to readjust, and in that readjustment, he got a nice good elbow that I didn't feel as hard until I got home, right in my side, right in the kidney, right where also my lung is already hurt. And then I had him basically leaned against my damn car. Now in a proper joint lock. You know, the way you do it if you're not a fucking coward who thinks that a weapon saves them every time, and you actually train your mind and body first as the primary weapon. Yeah, I actually did check on the car Italian. How do people like this exist? how do I, how, how does this exist? How trolls, please stop. I'm telling you right now, I decided to come on here. That's something that I'm probably gonna delist. Because so I didn't have to make a community post admitting that I let some crackhead get a shot at on me. Because that disappoints me. My first reaction actually, was that I might not be able to stream, and then another one was I meant to play near. You're different, Talion. You know my thoughts on that. Talion, you also know how I feel. If you want to know, if you would like to have somebody who I know can back me up on the feeling that I've actually got right now, what I actually feel like, what's really disappointed me is that it doesn't matter if I was tired. I'm disappointed in myself that I went into a situation knowing that it could come. I'm disappointed because I don't know the word for it. It's not called being cocky. It's just knowing that you prepare for this, and you've prepared and you know what you're doing, and then some asshole actually is able to do any damage that does anything. Starting to shake from trying to talk, so I'm gonna stop talking here in a second. Part of it's because I'm starting to tense up because of fucking trolls, but I'm more disappointed in myself that because I never sparred enough with Southpaws, that I let my I'm just pissed. I'm pissed that now this is twice in my adult life that someone's gotten an upper hand on me that are just normal fucking civilians. This bullshit. It's bullshit. I understand the first time my son was involved. He had to hide in a closet upstairs. I get that. I get that. I had my mind was full. I'm not giving myself an excuse for this one. And I know, okay, and Talion made a good point. I need to lower the number of people that I try to worry about. I'll point this out. I'm the person I should be protecting the most in my life is my son. Just like I told Talion before. Talion, you're a friendly troll. You're different. I know I can't save everyone. Like, yeah, okay, Ares. Like, Ares, you're arguing the other side. Like, here's Ares is saying the other side. What if he didn't show up? He could have hurt her. Ares, I should not have shown up. To be honest, to be frank, I should not. To be honest and frank, I made a bad choice. My main goal and directive right now in life is to protect my son. By going out of my way to try to help somebody else, I got myself hurt. I put myself in harm's way. There are people. There's police all over the place. There are policemen here. She was in a public place, and there was a guy that was trying to get cash registers open. He could have gotten irate, but he could not have. She has a panic button, and if me stalling was enough to get the police there, then something bad could have happened, yes. Or something bad could not have happened, and the police officers take care of it like they should have. But to be honest, no. It might sound heartless, but it was the wrong call to make. but even if it was the wrong call to make, there's still something in me that wants to try to help people when I know there's something could be going wrong. And it's like this. It's an impulse. It's like a. It's like something that you. For some people, it's kind of almost like breathing air. Like you can't. You can't. It's kind. Have you ever gotten that feeling like when you're sitting in class? Have you ever gotten that feeling like when you're sitting in class and when you're supposed to be sitting still, or like when you're like in bed and you're trying to sleep, um, uh, that you get like you feel like you need to move, like you need like restless leg, or like during class like you need to just move, but you know you can't and you're not supposed to, and it's like you feel like you're gonna burst if you don't do it. That's what it feels like for me when I know someone might be in trouble, and so I end up going and doing it. No, I did something stupid by actually sticking my neck out there, because here's the harsh reality. Yes, that is somebody else's life, and I helped out with it. On the other hand, if I go off and do that kind of shit, not being well trained enough, because obviously if I got hurt, I need better training. Even with I need to re-up. I need to re-up on everything. I need to just be better. With all that said, the person I'm supposed to be protecting the most in this world is my son. If I go off and I'm trying to expand the circle of people that I'm trying to help too large, I'll go off and get myself hurt or killed. And then what happens to my son? Like, you really think after all the talks I've had on YouTube that I should trust my son to my ex? No, I made in this grand scheme of things, I made the bad judgment call. In the small scheme of things, it's just kind of like the same people that have an impulse where they can't help themselves but do something. But for me, it's like my curiosity was just like, but if he's there and if she's working, like if she's working and he's there, that's bad. And I couldn't let it go. And part of me was just hoping that I'd show up, he's not there, she's not working, I just come home. It's the wrong call. You have to choose who to protect. I just am not jaded enough about this world yet to make that call when I should make it. Talion, go ahead and say, no, Talion, be pragmatic. Go ahead and say it, because I bet that I actually would end up agreeing with you, a younger me. You said a younger you would have, might have or would have done the same. A younger me, before I had other things, probably would agree with whatever you're about to say, because I went from being optimistic to sad to thinking I could save people a different way to all of a sudden it turned to just basically pragmatic also. And then I changed again when I decided to be a dad. So now I am the person I am. And it's turned into a different something. No, yeah, if you disagree, thank you guys for it. Oh no, I need to actually box. Thank you, I'm gonna do alerts in a second. Though, all right, nobody jump on Talion for that. I'm gonna stick to what I said. I made a mistake years ago when I threw Talion under the bus to try to tell people how I used to view the world all the time. I have two sides of me. One very emotional, needed psychological help. One that my brother tried to help. One that grew up depressed and sad. And I have another side of me that opened my eyes, saw the world as a bigger picture for what it is, and I came up with a new set of ideals. So I will not let Talion take the bullet for this one. Oh no. You know, I actually agree. I don't ever, you just say it out loud. Oh, I fully agree. Not everyone is really deserving of saving. I can't even say that girl was even deserving of saving. That's not why I did it, and you know that. You know that. You of all people know that. You know that's not why I went there. It wasn't because she deserved a damn thing. It was because I didn't want to see something bad happen. It's it's that knee-jerk reaction inside of me that just doesn't want it more to happen. But no, I just had this conversation with somebody, and I broke it down because and the police were called. Of course, they were called. They didn't get there fast enough. I just broke it down because I explained the way I view the world finally, as I've explained it many times, and I don't think people get what I'm trying to say. That yeah. Oh, Talion would have definitely taken crap. And on top of that, I would have just stayed silent because I'm a jackass that tried to let Talion say the things how I felt. But I was trying to make a community of a bunch of people who were always nice and always out there for everyone. No one deserves to. This is two parts. Understand two parts of what I'm about to say fully. No one deserves to die. Some people have lost their right to life. That is how I view this world. It's something that I won't see eye to eye on with many people at all ever on, because somehow, yes, it is that I broke it down page because it was, yeah. This is how it goes for me. When I say nobody deserves to die, I say it to try to do the broad swath of all human beings. One life is one life. One human life is one human life. It's one human experience. It's one. It's a one for one. People that would diminish that one for one mentality, that would go and harm and maim, and under a banner of righteousness, justice, whatever they want to call it, go in and diminish that one life is worth one life, and decide that the taking of another is worthwhile because it gains whatever. I view that not only as the basis of one of two evils that we see in this world, but I see that as you can lose your right to live. Now, Paige immediately commented of like that contradicts itself. It doesn't. Everyone deserves to. No one deserves to die. Is more like covering humanity. It's like covering every person born into this world, and then it's like to say, but you can lose your right to that life that you were born into. You can lose it. That you're not worth it anymore. You're not worth the trouble of trying to keep alive or trying to save. And in some cases, you're a danger enough that you're not worth the idea of allowing you to continue living. No one deserves to die, but some people, by action, by choices, by things they've done, they lost their right to live. And when I say that, many times I mean things like removing from society by being put behind bars, or by life sentences, or we do have death penalties some places, but things like that. But when it comes down to places like a two-way shooting range, sometimes you can't lock somebody up and put them in a jail when they're sitting there hurting and maiming innocent people. You take care of those who would do such a thing, who would ever see. And again, and the last thing I had to end off with that, and actually explain this point of view to Paige, was the thing I had to agree, or explain, was that it basically, does it make you become the evil that you're trying to take care of? Yeah, for a moment it does. If basically you've diminished another human life to the point where you don't, in my eyes, deserve to live anymore, and I've got to take care of it, and if taking care of it means that their life has to end to save innocent, does that mean I just became a hypocrite and I became somebody who diminished the life? Their life is no longer one human life equals one human life? Yeah. Why did I do it? Because they first decided that one human life did not equal one human life. If that makes sense. When your only option is to put down the threat immediately, or each one of those singular human lives are at risk now, whether it is your friends, family, innocent people, bystanders, whether it's, that's kind of how. So I'm pragmatic too, and I don't know. I know that. I know I don't say this out loud enough because I don't want to push people away thinking that I'm a heartless bastard. But no, I agree with Ty. Some people don't deserve it. Some people don't deserve any of you sticking your neck out there. For all I know, I just stuck my neck out there for somebody who absolutely doesn't deserve it. For all I know, Italian's completely correct. And Italian said, yeah, in a more justifiable situation, it boils down to ending one life in order to protect the life of another. Yep. That's what it comes down to. But I take full responsibility for my own thoughts in saying that. And I still also take responsibility that I probably shouldn't have shown up. For all I know, she is some worthless asshole who goes home after her third shift and beats her kids and decides to, and gets her crack from the same dealer. I don't fucking know her life. I don't know who is deserving of saving. I can't ever make that call out and out. But every now and then, when you know that there is an obvious aggressor or an obvious threat, instead of making the call of who is deserving, I'm still not so jaded that what you're hearing in the difference of opinion between Talion and I right now, when it would come down to that, it is the amount of the amount of shit we've had to put up with. As an adult, I've had to put up with less shit than he has. When it comes down to that aspect in my life, I'm not so jaded as to not first then look at it that way. It's two sides of the same coin. Are they deserving of saving? And you also see an aggressor, somebody that is a potential threat. And I am sure one day I'll be jaded enough that I could flip the script on that. But right now, if I see the potential aggressor, it's hard for me to try to decide whether they're worth saving. I just go after the aggressor and I do what I can. And there might be a day where you see me not do that anymore. And all that's happened is that I've seen too much shit. I've been through too many times where people don't give a shit that I put my life on the line for them, that I put my ass on the line for them, that I put my well-being on the line for them, that they never even say a thanks or gratitude or anything. They never do. They never say shit. They demean me. They ask me why I'm even there. Or they basically say that I wasn't needed, even if I just saved their ass. And maybe one day it'll break me enough that instead of looking at the situation and instead of letting the part of me that sees an aggressor take over, like the part of me that wants to go after an aggressor, and I don't care about if the person is deserving of saving, there'll be the other half of me that's like, it's not my problem because not everyone's deserving of saving, and I've got to make sure I just take care of mine. Is that a wrong way to look at the world? No. Because honestly, like I said, I made the wrong call by going and checking that out. If I had gotten hurt any worse, you know, can I keep custody of my son if I'm dead? No. So, I mean, Talion completely has a point, and it's correct. And it is just literally, I have not been shunned enough times for my efforts of trying to help people to yet look at them first as whether they deserve the help or not. Eventually this world might decide to try to break me down, but I'm not there yet. I'm not there quite yet. And yeah, but it's the what if game. It's reality. So yeah, I'm doing a stream tonight. You guys already filled up a bar. I'm gonna just go for a while, and I'm gonna let medicine kick in. I'm actually gonna go ahead and take my nighttime medicine and everything. I'm gonna let alerts play as soon as I get back. I thank you guys for supporting. I really do, from the bottom of my heart. No, Talion, you pulled up the one thing that I hate saying this. I hate it. I hate that it's true. No, Talion has a point. It would seem like the last person in the world that I'd ever protect is my ex, right? In the circle of people that Talion. See it from my perspective. No, Paige secretly likes you, but she can't say it out loud. So don't worry about it. She in the circle of people I have to protect, Talion, you know I have to protect her for my son's sake. If there's a domestic dispute and I knew I could get there fast enough, and you know that if my son's there, that I'd be there in a heartbeat no matter what. However, you know, for my son's sake. Oh, Talion's a stand-up guy. Don't worry about him. I have to. I have to. No matter what, I have to protect her. Even if it was from some shit she put herself through because of some domestic violence stuff. I've gotta. I have to. Do I? Now ask me. Hey, Talion, ask me if I want to go protect her ass. Ask me if I want to. Ask me that question, and I can give you a real good, honest answer. But You know, you said sits back. Yeah. And you know what? You honestly, with the path she's going down, you're probably doing some foreshadowing. With the path she's going down with her relationships, that might be some foreshadowing in my future. But I'm not, that's not me to call out immediately even who she's with right now, but she just is not making wise choices like that. But I don't have a choice. It'd be for my son's sake, and for my son's sake, you know, that's Talion. Why is it that it was unwise of me to go and do that? You know the answer. If I only had myself to look out for, there's no problem for me going and doing that. There's zero problems. If I die trying to help somebody, it's fine. There's no problem. Like, if it's only me, I can show up to as many places and try to help as many people as I want to, and there's no repercussion other than my death. And my death, if it's because I was helping someone, then it's my own fault for being there and not being trained enough, or being caught off guard, or for just, there's such thing as a stray bullet that you cannot account for. It's not like training can make you bulletproof. You know the reason why it was unwise for me to go there is because I have a child. Even if my child's not here, the reason why it was unwise for me to go poking my nose around is because if he loses his dad, it's a bad thing. You know that I will put my neck out there for other people because I feel like I have a debt to pay back. And you do the exact same thing too. You would have. You just went through more shit than I have. I'm not there yet. So, you know me, man. You know. Anyway, I really do despise. Older than me by what, 2 years? Whatever. I'll get to your age, and then but I still won't have. I went through my own shit, but how long ago was that? And where did it put me? It put me back in a world where I had to rectify. Oh, sorry, 3. But you know better. You know it's just a matter of time before the world wears me down, and until the world wears me down, that I'm gonna keep pulling shit like that, and that I need a reality check every now and then. And usually my reality check is that my son is under my roof. But in the scheme of things, I really is the weirdest thing. I'm driven to protect people, and I really don't like a lot of people because yeah, they're not worth it. Again, it's the difference of trying to decide if people deserve to be saved or are worth your effort versus there's an aggressor that needs to be stopped and a potential threat, and having to be pragmatic. As a dad, I should have stopped, but the unjaded me will say stop an aggressor if you have the ability to. And the more this world wears me down, the more I'm going to believe that I should probably judge whether they even deserve my help or will even care. You know what will piss me off as I go out and get my nighttime medicine? And then I'll play all the alerts and we'll play a little bit of this game. You know what will piss me off? Next time I walk in that building, if she can't even come up with a goddamn thank you, then it'll piss me off. Can I honestly say it would stop me from doing it again? I'd try not to. I'd try not to go out the door. I'd really hard try not to. I can't say I wouldn't, though. Alright. I'm getting nighttime medicine. We're playing for a few so I can... I will look forward to tomorrow. While you're healing, having protein in you is a really good thing. I'm gonna unpause. I'm gonna get my nighttime medicine. Unpause alerts for you guys being so gracious. I don't think I'm gonna be playing for. I don't think I'm gonna be playing for too long tonight. I just didn't want to do a community post. Yeah, a few of you, 100 of you guys have been in and out during this. Approximately like 300 people have popped in while I've been talking. Or whoa, approximately 500. My average community post gets a few thousand people looking at it. So now that that's over with, I can just bitch about my side hurting and whether I'm pissing blood yet or not, and as my litmus test at the moment, and then rest. So hold on, let me get my mess and I'll be right back, and then we'll play some BioShock. See, I got it up on the screen. I really meant to play some. I lie none. I got it. I tripped. Just tripped. Sorry. Don't. That wasn't a whatever. All right, let's play some fucking BioShock. Just a little bit of it. I have sleepy time junction medicine in me. I really need to make I need to make a post that, since the Intel processor that I thought I would never actually get, the new generation that supports things, showed up and actually drained more money from the business account that I didn't have to drain. 2 processors. The one that was gonna the accidental one that I've been talking for months that I need to get rid of for 2 months exactly, 2.5 months. Who was the last one that got a PS5 from me? What is it? Is it that one? No. Yes, I think it was Amazon. I think this is the processor that was the accidental buy, or was no. Amazon was the one where I accidentally got a PS5 to be able to give to give to one of you guys, not scalped prices, because I was clicking on something else on Amazon. Isn't that right? I was clicking on something else on Amazon, and then when I went to checkout, it moved it to my cart because it was back available. And then I have AMD Ryzen 5600X that I was thinking about putting in my computer. That was, I think, Newegg screw up of I was trying to get a graphics card, and I was on the waiting list of that and put this in my cart and checked out. So I think this is a screw up. Now that Intel's processors came out and Intel put one out, I have also a Ryzen 5800X, because these were the 2 processors that were supposed to go into the streaming computer, since, like I said before, my streaming computer now is like a bajillion times better than that old piece of junk. So I can actually stream things. But I already didn't need one. Now that I've got the Intel will take care of gaming PC. Gaming PC actually takes care of, oh God, my brain is not mentally here enough. Oh yeah, I have to build the PC for the editor, potential editor and whatnot, all that jazz. And then the leftover piece, CPU that's in the stream PC right now can actually be used for my son making one, so that he can actually do videos with me. Yay, Rowan gets to be on the channel. And then that does leave me with one. I have plans, but there are two CPUs here that I don't care if I lose a few $100 on. I don't give a shit. I just need them sold at price, not scalped. I'll put it on the community page if you want to help make it sure that I get back what I accidentally spent, because I honestly, it was really an accident. Did not mean to spend that money. The 5600 didn't mean to spend. The 5800, now an accident, because I truly thought I was not going to get a hold of one of the new Intel, and I will only need the i7. That's what I have in the living room now. I have the new Intel i7 that supports PCIe 4.0, which is what I really needed, and Thunderbolt 4, which is what I didn't realize that Intel would have better than AMD. And Thunderbolt 4 means that more future-proof, and it just makes my job easier of not having to spend money every fucking 5 seconds on goddamn technology. Stop, technology. Let me just do my fucking job. Yes, YouTube, you want me to do 4K streaming? How the fuck am I supposed to do that when... Okay, you know what? I'm not going on a tangent. I'm gonna play alerts. Here we go.
Yep, just gonna stand here and keep being awesome.
And there's nothing we can do against that kind of power.
Hello? Awesome. Right here.
We're all gonna die!
You know what? All of you better duck, because I'm about to turn left, and I don't want to smack you with my dick.
My account is finally working again. Excited to be off again tonight and here with everyone. Rest and take it easy tonight.
I am going to.
I'm gonna let you in on a little-known secret of comedy. Bad things aren't funny when they happen to Daddy.
What about Mommy?
Oh, Mommy's fair game. Go for the throat.
Thank you, Jeffrey. Jacob.
I will end You thought?
Jacob.
Guess that song. Rock-a-bye baby on the treetop when the wind blows.
Jacob. I see you trolling. Jacob. I know I've been sucking at guessing songs. that actually made me laugh. That actually made... Oh God, I'm so sorry that those alerts were so loud. Oh my God, I didn't turn it down for my scream, my epic scream. Sorry, that was way too loud. I didn't turn it down for my epic scream. Hey, Wolfpack.
So, you gonna put your sword away before dinner?
Shit, you can see that? Oh, you meant... Never mind.
Been busy with life, missed so many streams. Hope this helps Darkness.
Thank you so much, Wolfpack. I appreciate that. D-Man. Everyone has a D-Man. I appreciate that too. And then I think it says GJD and D-Man again.
Hold on! I have an idea, and I don't want to hear any of your stupid crap.
I only promised to try.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. There we go.
We would like to buy one shot!
I can't let that one play, but thank you, Azaria. You can't ask questions in the things.
So, can I help you?
No, but maybe I can help you.
I need an adult.
I am an adult.
Thank you, Gail.
Someone already injured you. No need to beat yourself up more. Take the lesson, improve your future.
Allow me to indulge myself for a moment and tell you all what every content creator has always wanted to say to their audience. Fuck all y'all!
I do appreciate that that is the last one that just got played. I couldn't let that stay on the screen, Azaria. I can't answer if I lit stuff working talking about weapons as alerts go on the screen. I can get in trouble and stuff like that. I saw that and I had to pass by it. But thank you, Zarya. Usually in general, if it's that, I can't live like. Oh, Christy has a very important question. Cool. Hold on. Let me configure the video so it actually shows it. And by the way, because it was actually set up for that scream, I'm totally doing that scream bit real quick. What was the when will I stream Beyond Two Souls again? I would have given you a specific date, but tomorrow I'm going to be hopefully feeling even a bit better. It's actually usually 48 hours after you get yourself hurt for something that you're really sore. And tomorrow is when I'll be playing Reverse, or if anyone hasn't heard, basically another Resident Evil game, but it's PvP. I'm going to be third person shooting up other Resident Evil beloved characters. I'm going to shoot Ada Wong and Claire both in the goddamn face. And I'm going to be rewarded for it as I'm being chased by Jack Baker, Nemesis, and Tyrant all at the same time. And I'm going to play it because if I don't, I'll be bugged all to hell if I don't. So tomorrow's stream will be that. And if I like it, then I'll play it again. Good night, Firebird. Thank you so much for being here. It looks like it could be fun. I think the game is actually... Tomorrow I will talk about why I think that game is coming out, because I think it proves a theory I had before of what games are coming down the pipeline. But I'm not talking Resident Evil tonight. I'm not doing Resident Evil tonight. I'm not. ask me how I feel tomorrow when like so yeah, whenever you strain your body or that you hurt something or do anything, it's actually not immediate, and usually something that is actually bruising is the real strain that your body goes through is on average 48 hours. So I actually have no idea when things are going to be scheduled. I do know that the schedule stays the same of everything that Jeffrey texted me earlier of what I said last night while I was really tired, because I had out of 36 hours been streaming about 24 of them. So I had Jeffrey text me the important details. I do know I'm sticking to reverse. I do know that Nier just got tagged on to the end instead, and hopefully by then I won't be like thinking about hurting. I'm trying. I need to also get a copy of Nier Gestalt as fast as possible, but the good version, and I might just end up playing them back to back, like Nier Replicant again, and then playing the original Gestalt, so you guys can see the difference of like what it meant. Beyond Two Souls will come up sooner than later. I don't want to lose my mindset for Beyond Two Souls, so that's a sooner than later thing. Much sooner than later. I've got to keep my mind about me. Good night, Jordan. Okay, now there shouldn't be another demo out for Village. I hope there isn't. And I don't think I'd play it either. Just to be honest. I am under the opinion that when you overhype games, you ruin them. That's why there's actually a command about I know it seems harsh for me to say, like, in a place where I've made guides and a lot of people are here because of the guides, that if I'm not playing Resident Evil, I don't talk about Resident Evil. And even if I'm talking about Resident Evil, like playing Resident Evil, there are some subjects off that are not up for grabs, like asking me to compare Resident Evil 2 to 3. And I'm going to make a static video on comparing 2 to 3. Spoiler alert, I'm going to say they're two different games and stop comparing them. Then I'm going to make a video of Everyman's analysis of comparing Resident Evil Remake to Resident Evil Remake 3, not two separate videos, to the originals. You know what my verdict's going to be again? They're different games, achieving different things. If you don't like it, play the originals. You know what I'm going to say to which is better, Resident Evil 2 or 3? They're different games. They both have their merits, and I don't give a shit about the debate, so stop bitching about it. If I ever play Resident Evil 3 and you like 2 better, you can tune in when I play 2. If you like 3 better, you can tune in for that. And if all you tune in is for Resident Evil, then why are you on BioShock in the first place? But I'm glad you're here. I get burned out of Resident Evil. I played Resident Evil enough, I get burned out of it now. So I've been avoiding it. I mean, just look at it from my side. It's easy to get burned out of it. Yeah, okay, here's the timestamp. I heard the noise go by my house about 5 minutes before I ended the stream. God, it was right at 2. 2:03 is when I saved and I quit this game. I stopped so 2:05. I was over at 2:30. All that shit happened like between 2:30 2:45. Jesus Christ, I was tired. I wish I could just chalk it up to being tired. All right. For everyone who Beth, I hope the best. I know you're going through hardship because of I read the Discord. That hurts my heart for you. I'm sorry you're having to go through that. I'm sorry that that just hurts. I am hoping things turn out well. All right. So anyway, I just put my items in the pneumo and I'm doing this. This is Italian. Oh God. Hey, Talion, type in exclamation point RE8 if you want to see how often I actually made a command out of the damn thing because there was so much. I know people got drawn to the channel from a lot of the things I've done before, but like I don't understand how people don't get burned out of a series. Yep, look, Nightbot just responded to you. Yeah, there you go. By the way, to give you a little taste of my world, Talion, there's also commands for exclamation point RE, exclamation point RE4, and what's the other one? Just to make it so people can have a quick answer to things. Just because I'm so tired of typing this shit out. There is exclamation point RE, exclamation point RE4, exclamation point RE8, and exclamation point. Well, relax is to tell people I'm not a competitive gamer. And exclamation point games with an S. Exclamation point games. That is how much I put up with all this stuff. That I've made Nightbot commands for all of those things. No, not one for RE2 because as much as people have tried to burn me out of that, I still have a passion for RE2 because, like I said, I've thought of a few challenges that I haven't ever done that still interest me. So.
Now, I bet when your boss waggled out of hell, he done told the devil he'd be right back. And the devil says, "Sure thing, Mr. Fontaine. I'll hold you a spot." Ryan promised Fontaine was dust, and now here you are doing his dirty. I guess that makes Ryan a bum, and you a...
Hey, another hint of what this game actually does.
Atlas! He was ours! Ours! Oh! Turn your back to Peachy!
Oh God. Wait. GJD, that should have been command. What did GJDs do? Oh wait. You know what? I don't mind. Hold on. Let me make sure. Okay, I got it. I got this. I got this. All right. No. God damn it! It went. And there we go. I had the timer set wrong, and then I shut it all down. All right. Go ahead, GJD. Try your new command. Try your new command, GJD, of Ninja Gaiden again. This is GJD's command. Let him go ahead. No, GJD is not the command. Try Ninja Gaiden again, really quick, GJD. Hey Emma, it's just for you. It's just for you. Go. Come on. Let's see. Oh, come on. No, Nightbot got blocked. Did Nightbot get not moderated by my thing? Oh, that hurts. But Nightbot got not moderated. I put too many swear things that YouTube doesn't allow. No. Come on. It didn't allow it. It didn't allow it. Was that how bad I made it? Come on. YouTube, listen to me. I swear to God, this is actually a command that's needed. No, come on. Let me. These are the words I'd like to tell. Come on. You can't censor me for that word. You can't censor that. You can't censor that. You can't tell. Stop censoring me. Stop censoring me. Come on. Come on. Come on. You know what? You know what I made the command to be as soon as that was. You know what I actually made it to be? Let me just copy paste the command what it was supposed to be, because it'll look like it's coming from me anyway, since everything comes from me when that happens. Oh yeah, this is what I typed in. That was what's supposed to be up there when you type in Ninja Gaiden. Typing in it manually is fine. All right. Well, you know what? I'll think of how to word it later. Oh God. Man. Well, damn. I have to get around Nightbot now. Nightbot, we're fighting. Jesus, go. How about a? You got. You gotta. This is the epitome of me literally, like, this is the epitome of me trying to get around. Let me get around this. Come on, Nightbot. Stop ruining my fun. Stop ruining my fun. Don't fist bump Nightbot. No. I tried it again. Someone else type in exclamation point Ninja Gaiden. Come on. Someone else try exclamation point Ninja Gaiden. Let's see if I can get this going. Just try it. What bad word did I use? Dildo. Nightbot wouldn't allow it. Come on, come on. Damn it. Oh, come on. Come on. That's all of my fun. Do you hate fun? Do you hate fun? Can I? How about if I just, what if I just made GJ's name the command? I've never done that before, but technically you don't have to have. Can I, hold on. Can I just say, can I make, damn it, no, I'm gonna, no, I've got an idea, don't stop me now. All right, all right, wait a second. Wait. No. You guys don't get it. No, I didn't put an exclamation point there. I'm seeing if Nightbot can pick up without an exclamation point. Come on, Nightbot. Let me have this. You suck. You suck, Nightbot. Yay, it worked! Typing in GJD with no exclamation point now just makes Nightbot say, go fuck yourself. No, I said it to every minute, so it can't be spammed. I said it to every minute. No, it can't be spammed. Only once per minute can it be done. But now every single time GJD's name is said, it'll, for a while, I'll just say, go fuck yourself. So... Oh god. Oh god. Oh, this is all right. Well, I got okay. That's my response to Ninja Gaiden. That's my response to Ninja Gaiden being brought back up by GJD. Joy said it in a sentence and it still came up. Oh my god. Yeah. It doesn't matter how you type it. It just comes up. It's oh my god. Oh, I'm keeping that. That's, oh god. Yes. Oh, I need to start. No, now that I can do that. Now that I can do that, I need to do that for other people's names. I'm just not gonna. Oh my god. I am totally doing that for people's names. Alright, increase damage. Oh, I'm not letting it become spam, but...
The submarine bay was only used by smugglers and thieves. More than likely, the entrance will be hidden. Better to keep the coppers off the citizens.
Hey, Pockets, what's going on? Oh, I have a pistol now. If you type hashtag GJD, it does nothing. It's good. I think it should be good. I purposefully just made it so that it would have to be when you're trying to just talk to GJD. That was my goal. Just by talking to GJD, it would make it happen. So now when speaking to him, oh God, I am so proud of myself that I just learned something new. Oh. Oh my gosh. Hey, Gus, what's going on?
Hold on! I have an idea, and I don't want to hear any of your stupid crap.
I only promised to try.
I am so glad you did that with his name. Just seeing the pure joy on your face when it worked made my whole day.
Oh, everyone asked me, Gus, Italian, then I'd have to come up with something, but at least it only happens every 1 minute. Only once per minute. So basically, you get to have a conversation with GJD, but only every minute will Nightbot sass you about it. I'll make it easier so it doesn't like actually spam it too much. You know what I'll do? I'll set the timer longer, so it just sneaks up on you. I'm gonna set it for. I'm setting it for an amount. I'm not telling people. But there's an amount of time that can go by that you cannot say GJ's name and it won't work. And now it will just pop up on you. It'll seem like it has no rhyme or reason. All right, I changed the timing. Cool, I'm happy. I'm not telling you, no. So now it just, oh, Italian, don't worry. You would be on a hit list for that very fast. Are you kidding? I'd totally do that. You can take it. Whatever, fine. All right. I guess since I reset it, that should have popped up so fast. I guess since it just made it, did that. Oh God, no! What? No, no, no. I'll beat the game fast. I'll figure out how to beat it fast. It's that game, that fucking game. Oh, I'm a plumber again. I forgot. I forgot I was a plumber. Good night, D-Man. Thank you so much for supporting. I learned I had a new power, and I'm drunk with that new power. I'm gonna have. I can't believe I can make people's names into actual things that'll pop up. Emma, you are so lucky that there is more than one Emma that comes around. Alyssa, the other Alyssa doesn't talk. Don't. So it's a classic sorry not sorry situation. No, not tonight. I'm just going.
Ryan, listen to me.
I'm just going for a bit. Because I should do things, but Well, no, there are other Alystas. You're the only one that talks. I've said that one before. The other Alysta that actually ever said anything has been a while. It's been a while. Oh God, how long has it been? Oh Jesus Christ. Oh, it's hard to think of some of these things. I don't know. I don't know how long it's been since maybe they've been. Ooh, I could check their user ID on my side. Well, I think you're the only one that spells it that way. I think. Well, thank you for being. Oh. Oh my God. Thank you for being here, Emma. I think I just got the idea for Emma. I'm sorry. I'm starting to learn the powers that I have. There we go. I'm just gonna stick that in there. I'm gonna have way too much fun with this, and I'm gonna end up taking it all away. I wonder. Oh God. Oh God. I don't know what I will be banned from. No, I don't necessarily want to be surprised. I want to know the limits of what I can do, of what Nightbot will let me do, because I'm hurting enough. Everyone said bye Emma really fast. Yeah, no. I'll just let. Oh. Oh, Joy's trying to.
I could do this by myself, goddammit.
Oh God. I am a happy. Oh, I'm gonna think of some neat things. We shouldn't encourage this behavior. Oh gosh. I'm not gonna tell people. Probably. I'm not gonna tell people if I give them one anymore. I'm just gonna make one and it'll pop up. Those are the only two that I'm saying out loud. Nope. No. If anyone else gets one, they'll find out. Christy, why are you going back to the lurking corner? What's wrong? Is there something happening that could drive you to a lurking corner? I don't want you to feel like you gotta lurk if you don't want to. You can totally lurk, but don't let Nightbot threaten you. It only has eyes for people who specifically I should play as. Okay. Oh, buying one of those. Oh my gosh. Hey, Oreo. Good night, Mike L. Thank you so much for stopping on by.
Would like to buy one child, please?
Why wouldn't yours just say why wouldn't yours just be Macintosh and it says cereal? Thank you so much, Oreo. I appreciate that. Oh, it's the power to the people. It's the power to the people. Okay. Okay. Oh, you know why? Oh, you know why I let this go? Pistol clip size. Do you guys know what moon clips are? When you have a caliber that would actually fall through the chamber of a revolver, and you actually need to instead hold it in with them. That's why I'll let that one slide. Otherwise, I don't know why that bugs me so much, but I notice there are certain things in video games that just bug me. I need to have feet in video games. I need to have other. That's okay. Hold on. I need damage from this thing to be better, because it sucks. There's like no reason to use it. Oh, wait. There's a lot of reasons to use this. Machine gun damage? Okay, cool. Yeah. And this can do the armor piercing and the anti-personnel? Yeah. That's me, buddy. Twitch makes you choose. You're not allowed to have a contract with Twitch and be on YouTube and actually make money on YouTube. So that's kind of Twitch's own thing. I sometimes use Restream, and I need to use it more often, so people could watch me on YouTube, find me on Twitch. But honestly, if it's on Twitch, it'd be 720p lagged and just bad quality. So plus I have, even though I'm doing live statics, what I'm trying to set myself up for is the ability for, like, see it from my eyes, and very soon here I'm gonna have a few days where I can start showing YouTube. I can have a more regular upload schedule, and I can release Parasite Eve parts 1, 2, and 3, and Beyond Two Souls part 1, 2, and 3, like next week on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. It means that I can have time to play more. Did I say Detroit Beyond Two Souls? So it means I can play more Beyond Two Souls and Parasite Eve, and then upload those, showing YouTube I have a pattern again. And then maybe they'll get off my dick about me uploading in 4K for Demon Souls, and I can go back to things like that and kind of start doing that system. So I'm kind of building up this like reservoir of things that'll turn into static videos that YouTube will then recategorize me as a streamer, and you can't do that on Twitch. I know people can't clip me now, but I want to go back to being able to make static videos also. Like, for example, Nier Replicant, I'm going to be tearing through the main story of that game. I will not be streaming it. I'll stream it after I do it the first time on my own. Biggest thing is because you'll see all the tiers. They'll all be left in edited. I will not have people ruining possible new things I haven't run into, because it's Replicant, not Gestalt. So No. Okay. But I want this to blow up. Wait, isn't this a blow-upable thing? Is it a blow-upable thing? Hold on. Hold on. I don't know. I'm about to find out though. Wait. Uh-oh. Wait, what? What? Oh, it was a block of ice? That is the weirdest looking ice ever.
You got it. Should be smooth sailing from here. I'll meet you up ahead.
Yeah. That actually moves the storyline along, and I am a person that I'm an RPG type player. I've got to go out of my way.
Mr. Coswell?
I'm just lonely. I'm lonely.
PS5 has its ups and downs. Yay. Uh-oh. Yay. I should have eaten that cocky cake. Normal burps and things hurt. I swear to God, I have a higher pain tolerance than I made it sound like earlier. It's just, God, why do people gotta go for kidneys? This one place that just sucks.
Screws on us and double. He's squeezing us out of 80 points of our cut with the threat of turning us into Ryan if we don't play ball. Son of a bitch. Sammy G comes and tells me he's thinking of going to the constable. And the next day, Sammy G was found in a sack in a salt pond. We had no choice here. We stay on Fontaine's crew and we're gonna catch the gallows. We take the powder and we end up like Sammy G. Oh, there's gotta be another way.
Yeah, he found the other way. And should I auto hack it? Oh, I chose the wrong one. Maybe I didn't choose the wrong one if I can think fast enough. Oh God, oh God, oh God, oh God, downturn. Didn't choose the wrong one. Cool. Oh no, I have a playlist that you can search on my channel that did very, very well back in the day. For a channel my size, my BioShock playlist did extremely well. It actually got featured on YouTube's front page for like all of 2 seconds. So while I remember being with my dad up in the mountains, that he wanted to go on a trip with me while he still had the mental faculties and everything, just he and I. And I went up there like 3 or 4 years ago, 4 years ago, and well, I mean physical faculties to do it, and not too worn down before COVID even. And I was sitting there, I can't remember what we were doing, and I was like, why are all these people that are not subscribers actually watching my BioShock playthrough? And then I realized that it actually had been featured for all of 2 seconds, and that a lot of new people that I had no idea about were coming and watching. So I really need to change the Nightbot saying specifically to GJD. It just sounds like Nightbot's being rude. I need it to sound like it's being rude specifically. I added a few words. I got carried away. Please don't let me have power. I'll just get carried away every time. I whoops. I didn't think I went in here. I did go in all of this. Okay. All right. All right. Off to the more of the things. God, I'm gonna love it if Nightbot actually has a way to. Okay. Anyway, we're doing this now. Yeah. Well, that might be true. I had the volume turned up a little too high. I'm not gonna say that inside of me that scream just made me basically.
I'm right outside the submarine bay, but I can't get in. I need you for that. My family can't be more than 100 yards away.
Man, Atlas, I felt for you when I first played this game. I felt this. I felt you. Why do I take these things? No, not the health. I always use the health on accident. I hate that the health is to that button. I don't think this one can help me out. But I'm doing it just in case because I don't remember. I don't remember, and now it's protector. I don't want to eat the vodka, drink the vodka, eat the vodka. I'm saying it like a true man, a true drinking man. Don't make me eat the vodka. Chew my water and drink my cereal. Just okay. No, I have the. Oh. There we go. Wait, what is the message from Runtine? There it is. Meeting with Con.
We all come down here. Figured we all be part of Ryan's great chain. Turns out Ryan's chain is made of gold, and ours are the sort with the big iron ball around your ankle. He's up in Fort Frolic banging fashion models. We're down in this dump yanking guts out of fish. Fontaine's promising something better. He's like one of us, you know. Like he's worked a day in his life. He says meet him at his fish packing joint at 11. I'll go. Bring a...
Hit the switch up there in the control booth and let me in. I think it's time to shake hands and get acquainted.
Man, do you get played.
You've had your fun, but enough is enough. If you press that button, you'll learn what it means to truly be my enemy.
I'll wait for those bandages just in case. I feel like that could be a thing that comes into play. Can I jump backwards? Yes, so it could be. Who doesn't want to bang fashion models? There's a lot to say with looks and personality going together. Technically, the crazy girl at the doorway decided to try to go that route. Technically, another girl that I've actually never told that story about, that another crazy one that I shunned, was a fashion model. In fact, another one that hired me for stuff ended up calling me later and asking, and I was just like, that's really unprofessional. And then I heard they got pregnant by the next photographer that they had do portfolio work with them. There's some of us that wouldn't want to. Hey, Jessica, what's happening? Grim was here earlier, or might still be here. Oh, God. Ballerina.
Heard that.
Yeah, no, I get 3 shots, and then it doesn't count anymore. But I'm trying to get all my research out of the way for each thing. Just auto hack. I don't care this time. Oh God. Oh God. Just please. Jesus H, I'm screwing up. Oh no, it's just that there's a lot to be said about personalities. Who wouldn't want to bang models? I would propose that I'm a little bit more conservative with my genitalia. Model status does not necessarily make, like, I don't know. I mean, I know there have to be some good-hearted models. I mean, Heidi Klum exists, and she adopted a seal. Hi Aries, what's going on?
You're jealous!
Oh my God, all these things change what slot they're in. Action shot. Yay! Research finished? Ooh. Makes food twice as tasty. Fuck me. I can't use it yet. I haven't had any problems on my end, so I don't know why people might be buffering. Who would I be jealous of? I want to sing so badly because I just saw that. Singing is probably bad right now. That'd probably hurt. Probably best if I don't do that. Can I freaking change the slots that they're assigned to? God, I hate the slots that they are. The wrench is in the wrong. It should be up here. This is not how to. This is not how a good rotary should work. I hate it. But it's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine.
Spend the morning jawing with that crowd scientist. She's damaged goods, all right. Just like all those chumps they scraped out of them prison camps. But she's no crackpot. She's gonna make me the kind of scratch that'll have Ryan look like he's running a paper route. She just needs some supplies to get the ball rolling and a friend to watch her back.
Hey, Lizzie, what's going on? Now for that spray. Who's spraying? What? I want to. Don't tempt me.
You ooze in like an assassin, and then you try to sneak out like a thief. You're no CIA spook. Who are you? Why have you come here? There's two ways to deal with a mystery. Uncover it, or eliminate it.
Get out! Get out and get to Arcadia! Jesus Christ!
Yeah. I felt so bad. Yeah. Oof. I've had some of those cut out of me before. Those suck. No, don't drink.
The Irish pork pie offered me a deal. I flip him Fontaine and I walk out of here. That's simple. How do I know that fat fuck isn't Fontaine's guy? How do I know they're not all Fontaine's guy? Fontaine's got Adam, and everybody wants it. Ryan's got a whole lot of talk and a nice suit. Even down here, any idiot can see which way the wind is blowing.
What's it? I got injured. Long TLDR. Crackhead got me good with an elbow to my side, and so I should probably get some rest sooner than later. I'm not going much longer. Is that a good TLDR? I already went on my rant earlier. I don't know. Wait. Oh, someone said TJ's name. Oh. Oh my god. Oh, wait. It did it twice. It did it. What did the timer break? No, it still said at 180 seconds. I'm now changing it from 180 seconds because I just said it out loud, so I have to make it something else. There we go. Submit that. All right, I'm good. Now I'm good. I couldn't wait for someone to actually say his name. All right. Oh, well, it won't stay for long. I'll think of different things to put on.
Ain't that just like Ryan? Wait until we're almost out, and then he pulls the string. We'll find the bastard. We'll find him, and we'll tear his heart out. I came to this place to build the impossible. You came to rob what you could never build. A hum gaping at the gates of Rome. Even the air you breathe is sponged from my account. Well, breathe deep, so later you might remember the taste. You get to the bathysphere in the rolling hills. That'll take you straight to the devil himself. And then all debts will be paid in full.
Isn't it a bad analogy to say that you're like a Hun at the gates of Rome when it's like barbarians, which were mostly the Huns, were the fall of proper Rome, which you have to stop calling Rome because it turned into Constantinople because Rome was no longer Rome's capital. Isn't that kind of how that works? You gotta, maybe I'm just historying wrong or too much. It's about basically joy. I never knew that I could do this, but since it also could be triggered in the middle of a sentence, oh, I'm gonna have some fun. See, now I realize it doesn't have to be just names. It can be any word.
What are you waiting for, City? It's beautiful.
So if I can make any word make Nightbot say ridiculous shit.
Seems like some poor blighters have started seeing ghosts. Ghosts? Ryan tells me it's a side effect of this plasmid business. One poor sod's memory is getting passed on to another through genetic sampling. Leaks, lunatics, rebellion, and now bleeding ghosts. Ain't life in Rapture grand?
Right, somebody there!
I don't encourage trolling.
Hey, can you help me, man?
I will say though that sometimes though it is actually really fun on my end. It's like it's like I get to take all of all of the shit that I usually have to deal with. I take it out passive aggressively. No, I'm not. It's Nightbot doing it. It's not me. I wouldn't be the bigger troll. Nightbot's doing it.
Hello.
Yay! Please be more damage. Yay! Thank you, everyone. Hashtag Just Circa Price. She always supports a different way, which is Amazon gift cards. The one thing that I don't have to declare to the IRS and can still actually be able to pull things off is so nice. Because the IRS likes to just bust my balls over everything. So those gift cards do save my ass every now and then when it's like, I need to pay the IRS and I need something else. It helps. Thank you so much. I hate the IRS. I really appreciate it. I do. I should not get too much invested too far much in. I'm looking at the time. I should probably go take it easy soon. Probably a sooner than later type deal. Italian. I've already thought of this. Do you not think that I have not thought that the word resident, RE, and all that could automatically be triggered by Nightbot without a command needed? I never realized the power of this. I could make a command where resident sets off Nightbot. The word resident does. I never knew this power existed. So I could be playing any other game and someone says anything. People wouldn't usually say anything about residents. I have new power. I have new power. I must learn how to utilize it. I don't smoke. I gotta let people basically know that if they don't make the game old and stale, that I'd play it more. It's so odd, but I guess people never really got that if they had just stopped making it sound like my whole channel was Resident Evil and nothing else, and making it sound like I'm a disappointment when I'm not playing Resident Evil, which for those that remember the streams that were breaking 4 digits, you know, over 1,000 people showing up to a stream, the next stream I do that's not Resident Evil would have people literally coming saying play Resident Evil, saying shit like we don't care about this game, more Resident Evil, stuff like that. And you'd think it's once or twice. Hundreds of people said that shit. So I guess it's irony that the exact people who want me to play it more are the reasons why I don't play it more. The exact people that want me to play it more are the reasons why I stopped. Oh. Yeah, heal real fast after this. You just stop moving and I get natural camouflage? Can't. He dead. It was way easier than it should have been. I was just too busy taking his... I mean, somebody's got to take his picture because he won't remember. Oh yeah, it's the machine gun that actually has upped the damage already. Are you playing Stairway to Heaven Guitar Center? Joy has triggered me. Why? I realize that my guitar is not on the stand right next to me. So instead, carriage delayed. So instead, I'm gonna get the Strat out real quick. Just all of this because of one thing. Thank you so much, Carriage Lane.
So,
Carriage.
can I help you?
No, but maybe I can help you.
I need an adult.
I am an adult.
Thanks for always streaming when I'm having a rough go. Keep it up as always, man. I've been digging everything you've been playing lately, especially SNES. Also, would you kindly play a riff if you get a chance?
Oh, wouldn't you know it? Is a riff coming? May. Oh no! Oh no! Oh, this is not my fault. I didn't choose this life. I mean, I did. I chose some of it. I mean, there's a few things I chose in here. I wasn't even thinking about my guitar. I need to stop streaming sooner than later. I gotta heal. But then somebody had to bring up Stairway to Heaven. Someone had to bring up the idea. Someone had to bring up the idea that I don't have my guitar right here with me. So I'm stretching over here. I gotta grab my guitar. I gotta fucking do that because I can't handle that. I can't handle that shit in my life. And now I gotta plug this up. Now I gotta, just because of that, I gotta take this off. Now, just for one little riff, because I don't plan on playing it. It's just, I immediately thought, that's not loud enough. There we go. Just for. Thank you, Joy. There's a lot of work to just play one little thing on a wrist and an arm that's sore. There's a lot of work just for that one little thing. I can't in good conscience. I feel like a Guitar Center dick. That phase, it when I'm actually asked to play it, it cuts into my soul. Like I'm over here thinking like of what was I actually thinking in my head before I was doing that? I'm few different things, but it's stuck. That was stuck in my head for a while. That song, even though I just botched it because I don't care right now. Anyone even recognize that little riff enough? Anyway, I don't care. I don't. Somebody got me on that. Can I just put this down? PageBot's not allowed to answer this. A few other people, please. Anyone? Alright, GJD. What passenger? That's so close. How's that? Come on, somebody. It's a song that I need to relearn. I'm sucking it up, but come on. And now this is when the disappointment sets in. I just put it right back down because I just get this sad. Thank you. Yes, that's Pretender. It doesn't matter if I'm sucking it up right now. It is Pretender from Foo Fighters. I am relearning properly. I'm not. Right, there we go. So anyway, I'm why did I get this again? Because it was just hanging on the wall. Nope. And finish. All right, that can go back. No, I'm sucking. Random GJD. All right. Anyway, nope. Matt, okay. It's not necessarily. No angry Everlong? No, not right now. It hurt to even get it off the wall. I'm not up for right now, actually. I would put it on a scale of having used to play gigs to having taken an 7-8 year sabbatical from guitar, and it took me to be actually being paid to play gigs. And I started playing when I was 8, but I didn't take it seriously until I was like 10, and then I was playing gigs at 15. I'd say that I'm back to like being 12 or 13-year-old me, which isn't a big thing to say because around 17-year-old me is where I was actually a good. So I'm catching back up to me. It's just if I didn't have a job, I could go back. It's just a little at a time. It's my goal by summer to basically be back at like gig version me. And by winter is my goal that all the break music and like Christmas music is just me over here being able to go back to shredding and playing it instead in different Christmas arrangements. So
today Arcadia was closed off to all but paying customers. The man hires me to build a forest at the bottom of the ocean and then turns a walk in the woods into a luxury.
What? Okay, wait.
Ryan asked, should a farmer not be able to sell his food?
Wait,
Is a potter
okay.
not entitled to a profit from his pots? I started to argue with the man, and then I remembered who signed my checks. The only thing worse than a hypocrite is an unemployed one.
He fell.
Trying to think here. Yes.
I didn't mean to do that. Wait. No one's here. Don't even worry about me. Shh. Go to sleep. Burping, little random burps, my usual burps in the background of my stomach being like, I hate things in my stomach. Now hurt. I have a component to invent an item. Find a U-vent machine. Oh, I can invent U-vent. I vent. We all vent for ice cream. I already took meds. That's why I'm like about spent. I took all my CB type junction meds. I am. Oh God, I'm on my last leg right now. Now, by the way, because of that one troll coming along and saying learn new chords, I would like to point out this is why I'm not playing guitar on streams, especially while I'm tired. I am not a novice, but mediocre is probably where I know I need to be better. I also realized that I had a passion for instruments and violin isn't where I kept it. When my son was a baby, I used to go look up the live version because I learned how to play that by watching Jeff Buckley's hands while he was trying to play it, and I had to go and write down my own tabs for it. If you want to see where I was at versus where I was, comparably, it would be the kind of the more simplicity of Jeff Buckley's Hallelujah playing guitar, the live version, not the actual one released on record, like not the one on the record, the one that's on YouTube as like you hear his friend say wow in the background where you see him singing. I learned that and played that all the fucking time from my baby boy when he was just born, singing to him, playing to him, and then that guitar got broken. So that was my, now me playing Frail is like a big deal to people, but Frail is a joke compared to that. And I was just like, and because that's playing and singing and actually get correct intonation with all of that, because the way Jeff Buckley used to play, if you get the intonation on the instrument wrong, if you're bending pitch at all for any reason on any note, it sounds sour. Because his arrangement of Hallelujah, which comes from Leonard Cohen writing it, him choosing the lyrics, but that comes from John Cole's piano arrangement. I believe it's John Cole. So it's Leonard Cohen wrote the original, but wrote 40 pages of lyrics. John Cole wrote a piano version. The one that gets covered by everyone is Jeff Buckley took John Cole's cadence and tone, took out of 40 pages of lyrics, because Leonard Cohen is never saying Hallelujah the same way twice ever. Live record, it doesn't matter. I mean, if you put the record on repeat, he sings it the same. But he's never done it the same way twice, because he said it should always fit his mood. So it could either be uplifting or depressing or anything in between. But the version you hear covered is what Jeff Buckley chose as the lyrics for his version of it. And that's why I used to play and sing for my son when he would go to sleep. And that was the biggest reason. Actually, that was one of the biggest. I got in a big argument with my ex. When that guitar got broken, I wanted to immediately go and get my guitar back. So I wanted, I wanted to go buy a new guitar, and she basically told me that I wasn't bringing in enough money to go and buy something frivolous. This is back during a time where I am a full-time fucking dad, shooting weddings on the weekends, and at minimum, while she has a full-time job and she gets weekends, winter breaks, fall and spring break, and summer break, while teaching is stressful, getting all these breaks, but I'm working year-round. And even starting off while he's young, still as a full-time dad, pulling in about $3 grand a month, not surpassing her revenue. She told me basically, I'm not allowed to go get my guitar back because I'm not good enough. I haven't earned it, and that's what. And then that's why you hear the songs that I now play. Because it's any song that I could transpose better onto my original guitar I bought when I was 8 years old, which is my classical guitar. So all songs that basically were more or less not as viable on anything but a classical guitar. And I was the first time my first training on guitar was classically trained. Anything that wasn't that was yeah. So I was just basically told I'm not good enough, and that always sucks. Oh god. Well, it's coming out. I gotta flip this World turned upside down. Oh god, I put it the wrong way. That way. Oh god. Oh no 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 no. It's got to go up. This is anxiety. Really gotta re-emphasize the fact that I was being a full-time dad. I was working full-time, and I was working not only as a wedding photographer. I was bringing in more than $3 grand. I had just picked up my job at Home Depot, working mornings from 4 a.m. to 8 a.m. to help supplement income. So I was working weekends shooting weddings, weekdays editing weddings with my son basically in my lap at home, and in the morning I would go to Home Depot, work, and then she, while driving to school, would bring Rowan in his car seat, bring him by Home Depot. I'd get off and put him in my car seat and drive him right back home and put him right back in his crib. And apparently that doesn't earn me to buy a fucking cheap ass guitar at the very least. I'm not so bitter about how much practice and effort I put in that feels like it's now depreciated so greatly you can't tell at some points that I ever played. I'm not why would I be sour about that in any way, shape, or form? I still hate that. I should have never. I'm about to end the stream. I should never let myself get into a loop of believing that I was just basically a piece of garbage person that was only as good as the money they could bring in and as much as they could be a babysitter instead of her ever having to be a mom. That I was basically a babysitter that could make money. That's all I was to her. Oh, Stag just discharged too. Wow, I actually didn't even know that was a thing, but I think I'd rather that. Ooh, but they're not close enough. I need another one of these. Shit.
My territory.
I am always innocent. Immediately, Nightbog, go fuck yourself, JD, with an old broken jagged copy of Ninja Gaiden. Wow. Ah, wow. Okay, that is working out better than I. First experiment successful. Well, I only dwell on it because I like, okay, think of it this way. What if I still put it's the kind of idea like if violin still brought me comfort, because violin used to be a guitar used to be something that brought me comfort. It always has. I'd fall asleep on my guitar when I'm feeling bad. Like, me and my guitar since I was 8 basically was something that like actually de-stressed me, made me feel whole and human, and like things were okay. Because I basically learning every Beatles song ever helped. And it's just one of those things that's less dwelling and more that is frustration. That's you know, so a troll might come along and say I need to learn shit. Yeah, I have a lot of incentive to want to learn shit. Trust me. I don't need a fucking troll shoving it up my ass. I can go goddamn die in a corner for all I care. Hey, if you were the one working at QT, you fucking troll saying I need to learn my chords, I wouldn't have come saved your ass. I would have saved this whole kidney hurting. No, I'd let that fucking crackhead go ahead and straight up gank you. I don't give a shit. People like you that come up and say just negative shit, You're not worth my time saving. I can honestly say 100% without any guilt. People like you that will literally only open their mouth to put others down, and that's the first comment I see out of you. People like you, I would let you die to a crackhead rather than ever being like, oh wait, it's that asshole working at QT, not the one that I actually have to debate about. That's where you see that I actually do have an asshole side. I would think, oh, they could get killed, and I would sleep soundly. I'd read the newspaper the next day, and I'd go, oops. I'd be like, wow, I wonder if people will care about his funeral. So just to let you know what that looks like. That's the kind of, that's how you can get that out of me. I wouldn't stick my neck out for that type of person. So where's the no. Well, shit. No. What have I done? Son of a bitch. Okay. I do have a breaking point. I do have a point where you will find that I can be an asshole real fast. That's it. I find no value in putting my neck out and saving people who literally try to make this world worse. Because at the end of the day, I say that one of the evils in this world is devaluing lives. People who put hate out there are just one step away from that. People who basically insult to put others down are putting themselves up. You know what happens right after that? How much further can you raise yourself up after you've figured out that you can't put someone else down? You have to then devalue their life. One human life isn't one human life. You have to look at them as something other than human to make yourself feel better. While that is the straight up definition of a vindictive bully, it is also the straight up definition of somebody who is willing to do shit that would make others have to stop you. So that's not just a comment I have anywhere. That is, people who would do that are people who should be pitied right up until the point that they become something that I would view as a threat, and that quickly becomes a threat to me. That kind of ideal that people would open their mouth just to make others feel bad. And that's the exact moment where I have no qualms with the idea that if that's the person I'm sticking my neck out for, I have no reason. You better hope the police show up or anything else, because why would I do that? So that you could spread more hate? Like this world doesn't have enough of it? Like I don't turn on the news every single day to see one more bad thing happening. Like I didn't try to foster a community that is people that can joke around, not worry about the idea that just for being themselves, they'll be hated. So it's, yeah. So if you like my definition of where Talia and I completely come together and agree on that, there you go. It is that kind of shit. That kind of shit right there. If I knew that girl was like that, oh yeah, she could have scrounged around for herself.
You touch me.
'Cause I
You coward! That won't
Wait, are they shooting at the Big Daddy? Why? Why would they do that? Are they stupid? Can't I? Like I said earlier, for the record, like I said earlier, there is a part of me that thinks exactly like what Talion says. Some people aren't worth saving. There's another part of me that's like a knee-jerk reaction. That's like, if there is an aggressor, I feel compelled that I have to go do something. If you prove to me beforehand that you're not worth saving, I don't have the knee-jerk reaction. I have the opposite. My feeling, you think Talion was bad? My feeling, I cannot feel bad for people who gain pleasure or just basically make what they have and make the general world a worse place to make themselves feel better or to point out flaws or with nothing constructive to say behind it. I feel practically nothing when they're gone, because what do you think the whole point of the fact that there are people who go off? I'm not getting into that. I'm not getting into that one. That's a slippery slope. I already do have a category of people that already I could, but that's I think that's going too far for YouTube to even allow me to say that. But it's still along the lines of there are a category of people that I could stand by and be like, no, I won't step in. And that's and it's just the truth. Because why? I have to stop because I realized I was about to out, like, YouTube says I'm not allowed to incite, I'm not allowed to encourage, I'm not allowed to target. However, targeting trolls, outing trolls for things like that and saying his past experience is different. Me then going to extrapolate and then to add on more than what a troll did and more than what happened to me does then trample on YouTube's policy. So that's the fine line I have to ride. But trust me, I have a full list of, if that's the way people are going to be, that I could stand by and be like, I feel nothing that they're gone. Talion, I'd probably be asking you where you got the stones from so that I could join you, because I need to warm up my arm for baseball. I am very harsh when it comes to that. Once someone breaks that line for me, that distinguishing line of whether I end up being incredibly callous. I don't think people get why. I wish people got why I'm incredibly callous to that. And the reason is just because there's a part of me that broke. And this is about where I end playing this game for tonight. I'm gonna go find where that one Big Daddy is, and I'm gonna try to find where the napalm thing is, but I'm gonna whatever. Here's the thing. So when I did what I did it because I felt like I failed being able to protect people here. So I figured I would let people live in their world, and I would protect them from afar, so that threats from afar will never come here. The problem with my thinking is that I never really thought that adults never appreciated. I never really thought adults, like I as a kid, I'm 18 and I thought I knew enough of the world that I could go off and help protect people here from having to be exposed to the world. What I didn't realize was that as much exposure as I had growing up poor on gang streets and all these things I've gone through, I truly didn't have true exposure either. And so when I got that, I had this understanding now that, like, there are things beyond that were way beyond my comprehension. And instead I had to stare it down, and I had to grow up in a way of not saying that people haven't grown up. I had to grown up is not a good way. I had to mature in that avenue of my life so quickly to say that just accept what's in front of my eyes as reality and deal with it. Not what I wished, not what I was. The reality I'm staring at is reality. Deal with it. The second I was forced to have to come to terms with that, I became very callous when it comes to some human beings. And basically my callousness goes to those that would basically wreck and destroy without giving back. And it would be those that do it in the most cowardice of ways. And that's where I go back to things like that troll that came up and just wants to say something because, yeah, of course I'm on my sleeping medicine with my side hurting so fucking bad because I let things lapse, and it just feels like that kidney pain. If no one's had kidney pain, it shoots everywhere. It just makes your lower back feel like complete garbage and shit. And they got me right in the part of my lung that's damaged. Yeah, I feel like shit and I need to stop. There's all good reasons for me to go rest. And then I just, as a jape, I go to reach for my strap that's on the wall and I stretch that and it hurts even more. So now I'm focused on pain and on this for a song that I've played a bajillion times perfectly on this stream, and I screw it up and they say learn my chords right. But nothing constructive, nothing. That's exactly the kind of shit that's like, when my eyes got open to how harsh this world is, the reality that we live in, the bubble that I tried to protect everyone from ever having popped and having to go look at, the idea of going protecting people from afar and realizing that no one gives a shit, that everyone lives under this little curtain of just taking it all for fucking granted. I mean, I thought I had a good hold on it simply because I lived on streets where you called the police and sometimes they didn't show up. I thought I knew enough. I mean, that's fucked up, right? But I lived on a street that had gang wars. And just because I happened to live around that stuff and being black, all of a sudden, you know, if they took an extra 5 minutes to show up for a cop call, like, and that, I thought I knew reality. I've seen a lot more of reality now. So I just don't care. I don't. And that's where I'm saying Talion, that's the truth for Talion and I differ. Basically, he has a larger category of people that he's already written off, and that if he were to do the difference of what I said at the beginning of the stream, of that I still will risk my neck for strangers because I won't say whether they deserve to be saved or not. I won't try to make that distinction. If I see an aggressor, I'll go save him. If I've already been, the thing I didn't say is that if I've already been able to make that distinction, I said for all I know that that girl is the worst in the world. But if I've already been able to make that distinction, yeah, I've already chosen whether I would ever step in to save your life, whether your life is ever even worth it in my eyes. That sounds harsh. Get with reality. You don't always get to choose. I'm not putting my life on the line and making my son basically an orphan because his mom's not going to step up. If you're going to be a shitty ass person who won't contribute anything but negativity to this world, you're not worth my time, my effort, my body, my life, my abilities, my anything. You're worth my anger and rage that this world is full of people like you. That's all. That's all you're worth. And then, you know what? Even in saying that, you're not worth that. You're worth so little, if that's all you'll contribute, that my anger is more of a gift than you should ever receive in your whole goddamn life. We talk about quarantine people. There are some people that just need to be quarantined from society so they can't harm it anymore. So maybe some of us that actually tried to fight injustices don't have so many fights to do because you shitheads are quarantined and you don't get to interact with society and taint it with your goddamn negativity, false beliefs, and bullshit that turn into bigger things than you ever imagine. I will completely write that shit off. YouTube's policy says I can't incite stuff, but I can 100%. YouTube cannot punish me for saying I will not step up to save your life for any reason, if that's the way that you are. I will write you off. I will watch you die simply because I have no reason to put myself on the line when I view myself as being needed by my son, as being needed by by trying to give back. This is a charity channel. We do fundraisers. We try to do things. I try to put positivity. As much as this sounds negative, I at least view my existence, while I hate myself in many ways and I deal with depression, I view my existence at least in some positive light. If I can't find positivity at all, and even if it's buried somewhere and I didn't see it, I'm not gonna stand up. Why should I? Why? You're the exact proof of why shit happened, why we can't have nice things. So I have a list too, and that's where YouTube's standard would be. I have to be very careful with that, but no, I'd stand by. Does that make me a jackass? Call me an asshole if you want to. I'd rather live for my son, who I bet has a better chance of being a better person than you do, because my rules of being a parent are to provide, protect, and raise him to be better than me. And even if you consider me an asshole, guess what? I'm raising my son to be better than me. So he'll either be a better person or a better asshole. But I'm going for the better person. So I'd rather stay alive to make sure that they survive than your dumbass who I don't care if your negativity dies with you. I just don't. And I have no reason to die with it. It's the exact reason we go to war. I said the definition of war is when both sides believe they are fighting for justice. You might not agree with their justice, but the true definition of war is when both sides believe they are fighting for the right cause. The definition of conflict is assholes. Assholes who are most certainly on the wrong side of the idea that human beings are social animals. And by being social animals, there are basic instincts that even a fucking whipped dog can understand that your goddamn thick skull can't get through it. And I'm not gonna step in to save that kind of life. Won't do it. I'll watch you bleed out. I even know first aid. You're not worth my bandages. Sorry. If you got yourself in the situation, even if you're a victim of it, please call the police and hope that you're not my color skin and living on the streets I grew up on, because they're gonna show up 5 minutes too late to save your life anyway. So yeah, I am harsh when it actually comes down to it. This is the thing that I don't say to most trolls. So be proud of me, because it gets worse than this. And when trolls show up at my streams, I think worse thoughts sometimes. And at the same time, the other part of me is very sincere in saying you should feel sorry for them. But the only reason you should feel sorry for them is the idea that that is the only thing they know. They're something to be pitied, but the second they're a threat, there's something to be taken care of. If they're a threat, they're to be taken care of. If they're an inactive threat, they're to be pitied. And in my eyes, by being somebody who's trolly and just says shitty things to put other people down, you're a threat to other people's emotions, regularity, their day-to-day life, their anything. You're abusive in a different way, and it doesn't have to be physical. That's all you are. So yeah, if you ever show up, if you're watching this and you're sitting behind your keyboard thinking I should type something, that's how I feel about you. If that's the first words you ever say, sorry. Be a better person and maybe I'll change my opinion of you. Maybe learn to grow up and decide that maybe putting hate into the world, something we have plenty of already, is not the best course. And maybe, just maybe, if you decided to choose your words better or just shut your goddamn mouth, society would be a lot better place to live in, and people that fight for that society to stay standing would feel like their life and possible and sometimes likely death for some of the missions they have to run to make sure that your little bubble where you can have your fucking free speech, where you can say all the bullshit you want to that sounds hateful, the people that fight and die for that shit maybe didn't die in vain because they saved your goddamn ass that didn't deserve it. That's how I feel. At least if they're dying to make sure that you get to live in a bubble, I want to make sure that they're fighting and dying so that bubble that they get to live in is full of people that deserve it and not full of you fucks that need to get out of this goddamn place and go learn what it is to live in a real world that doesn't protect you from your own fucking mouth, where when you open your mouth and say those kind of shitty things, that they monitor your fucking internet. They come and knock on your door. You say it out loud and they go and behead you in some countries. I know that steps over one line because it's imagery, but YouTube, bear with me. That's reality, and I'm describing a real life event without depicting it, so it does comply with those things. You get to live in a bubble where you get to say that shit. It doesn't get to monitor, it does get you killed. Because other people fight and die for you to do that. Shut your goddamn mouth, or be a better fucking person, or just get out of my sight. And if you're in my sight, you better put on a pretty damn fucking good act that you're a good person. Otherwise, I will watch you be the victim of a crime and feel nothing and sleep just fine at night knowing that basically the trash got taken out that night. That's how I feel. Sorry, YouTube, if you don't like a dose of reality. But some of us like to think that we fight for people who deserve it. Not... So anyway. When I am tired, hurt, no less than 24 hours off of being hurt to step up for somebody... And did I mention you insulted something that brings me comfort? You're gonna hear me lash out. That's called the anger I've been working on for about 3 to 4 years. You see, I've made a lot of progress. I have actually made a lot of progress. I think this counts as a close-up shot.
No, buddy!
Yeah, anger just made my side hurt though, so it's not the best workout for me right now. That's the exact... If you want the also harsh reality, that's the exact reason I actually, while studying medicine, decided against the medical field. I couldn't bring myself to do it. I could not bring myself to know that I had to save everyone. It's the same reason I decided against a lawyer. There are two careers I decided against. I've talked about them. I talked about medical field and I talked about being a lawyer. My uncle was a great lawyer, and the way he felt the same way I did, and the way he got around it was being a child's rights lawyer. He died of cancer before my brother died, so he's been gone a while. His name was Michael. But the reason I chose against being a lawyer is the idea of ever finding out that my only career options, if like I ended up accidentally pegging myself into defending people who didn't deserve it, but not being able to back out of it. I didn't want to be a criminal justice is the only thing I really thought about, and I didn't want to be a child's rights lawyer because I didn't want to watch children suffer. The reason I didn't truly go into actually practicing medicine is because I cannot bring myself to save everyone. Not after everything I saw. I couldn't do it. So I leave it to those who, I won't call them naive or anything. I'll say that they're just not jaded. They're not jaded to the point I am. I cannot bring myself. If someone came through my door and I realized that they were an awful person and I knew my job was to save them, that would be the day I'd have to quit. Thank you, George. This is why... Okay, Italian, if you hear it, this is why I was saying, like, I've had a few people here that actually will speak up and say things exactly the way they need it. Jordan's got it right. Speaking as someone who's lived in several third world countries, not all democratic, the importance of freedom of speech isn't so much about individual rights, but about the ability to communicate with each other and determine what's the best way to move forward as a society. Could not be said more perfectly, and probably could not be said by anybody who actually hasn't seen the fucking world for what it is. Thank you, Jordan, for actually giving a good thought that people need to take to fucking heart, as somebody who has actually seen it and seen enough of this world to know that that's exactly why there's a freedom of speech. That's the reason it's there. That's the reason it's there. To further society. Thank you. I'm glad you're actually of sound of mind enough tonight to put forward a message that I was too angry to put into the perfect words. So It's exactly. And Jordan, the sad thing is that that's literally something that I never hear from people who don't firsthand experience that shit. They never think that way. Let me try my best. I'm ending it right here. I'm ending the game right here. So if you're here for the fucking game, then you're out of luck, because my side hurts and I'm finished. Because look here, if I wanted to take out the third world countries, the immediate thing people do is the importance of freedom of speech. They can't accept the second thing you said. You said it isn't so much about individual rights. People are so damn hung up about individual rights. They forget that as a group, if you push society forward, individuals also get pushed forward. You might individually feel targeted, but as an individual, if you're targeted and you're targeted for a reason that other individuals are targeted for, then that immediately makes it into, whether you like to admit it or not, you're living in some sort of tribal society, except for that when you are tried, it's not about what we do right. It's that what people don't understand in the U.S. is that we still live in a tribal society in the most general sense, but we're tried on an individual basis for the things we do wrong, but we have to stand together just like everyone else has to when we want something right. We're not individuals when we fight for racial equality, sexual equality, anything like that. We actually have to fight together and put together a forward message that we communicate that is not divisible between random groups, that we have to be able to express it to a larger group with basically concise wording, that to make sure that people understand what you're actually even fighting for. But the second people forget that we work together, and the only reason you have individual rights is not to have individual rights and freedoms, is actually to have individual rights so you can individually be held liable for what you do wrong. That's the reason you actually have that shit. For those of you that don't fucking get it, they would immediately see this stuff about individual rights and not understand that you have individual rights so that you have freedoms that can be granted to you and don't have to be earned, but can be individually taken away. So when we push forward as a society, it's always as a group, always as a tribal society. When we're punished, that's when individuality comes into play. Every single time people try to put individual anything without having a concise message and a group of people to actually push it forward, to push society through, and think they can do it all on their own, there might be a spearhead to it, but unless you got a group, it's not a fucking individual doing it. There's no such thing really as individual rights. It's kind of a lie. It's your individual things that you're granted that can individually be taken away, and that's the difference between this and different countries. That they will judge you by groups, that you're guilty till proven innocent, and that they will judge a family, a community, by a group of people, and they'll give freedoms to a group of people and take them away by the group. People don't get that. You were never given individual freedoms in that sense. You were just given the ability to be an individual punished alone from the rest. So to re-paraphrase Jordan, because most people can't think of the fact that they actually have individual punishments is what you really were granted by the way that we run our country. They would immediately throw that out, and the only way they could word that again is without really thinking outside the box for a world as a whole instead of your own little fucking bubble. Is that society and groups push things forward, and your individual right of free speech is what makes it possible. That they can't shun that because they can't understand what they actually have. It's like, oh, that's why I have to end it, because that's when I always have to breathe. Yes, you said it correctly. That's how it is. That's how the world really is. We're supposed to. I've said it before, and for some reason, even when a show like Psychopath shows me a better way to word it, a more concise way to show it, that the laws don't protect people, people protect the law. The law is the idea of the people that is held up. It's fragile and can't stand against things as well, against things like hatred. Hatred so easily breaks it down. It's up to individuals to uphold that promise of a better future and to push society forward to a brighter one. That's the individual role. So anyway, my side really hurts after that. Thank you guys to make it possible for me to actually. I've been here like 3.5 hours. That's almost like me doing a whole thing. I can count that as a thing. The law is basically a glass cannon. Yep, sure fucking is. But people who never read the law and then understand it will always believe that they truly have individual rights, and it astounds me. Alyssa, Wolfpack, Jeffrey, Gail, Carriage, Jacob, Gus, GJD, Izaria, Oreo, thank you guys for making sure that I need to go rest. At least I'm not ending this at 3 a.m. At least I'm stopping an hour short. I did a full live stream technically. It disgusts me that people don't get it. People really don't get. If you guys want homework, here's fun homework. Go read your rights. We're one of the first countries ever to not just give you laws, but the first country that we have documented. Technically, that's not true, but we're the first world to document whatever you want to call it. In a sense, we are the first country to ever grant rights, not just give you restrictions. Go read your Bill of Rights again and go see how much individuality you truly have, or how much basically even the Bill of Rights individualizes you for the idea of protecting a society as a group or punishing you as an individual. The Bill of Rights is basically the proof in the pudding to be able to strip you of those rights as an individual, but to be able to use those rights as a group. And that's the way they're meant to be used. The right to bear arms, to throw off the idea of tyranny as a group. The idea that if the government gets out of hand, that you're able to keep the government in check. That's why you have the right to bear arms. That redcoats went door to door confiscating shit. It's the right to be able to basically remake something like the Minutemen. The reason why it's in the Bill of Rights the way it is to give the ability to do that, so the government can't just strip it away, as in they can't just, is gifted to you, so that a group can form together and make sure the group, the society, doesn't fail. The right is there for society's sake. If you fuck up, you don't have an individual right. You have an individual punishment. You weren't granted a Bill of Rights as an individual. You were granted a Bill of Rights as a group, as an entire society. And that Bill of Rights is what gets turned against you, as what's stripped away the second you as an individual fuck up. And that's what's different between this and our democracy versus a lot of different countries, because that's when, one, you never are even granted those rights in the first place. You're just told the restrictions and have to figure out what you can do correctly off of those restrictions, which honestly, at this point in America's history, I feel like we'd be better off that way, by just having restrictions. So everyone had to be privy to these restrictions, instead of quoting stuff like my right to bear arms. Instead, if they had to read the whole goddamn way that they have to live in their society, if they had to actually read that shit, maybe they would understand I have the right to bear arms, but there's restrictions. Like if there's instead restrictions, maybe we'd be better off than having a Bill of Rights. But Yeah, it is a glass cannon. And in every other society, they see it. And that's why I don't stand up for individuals who are assholes. Because honestly, we have enough of that in the world. And I've seen plenty of it. And you know what happens when assholes band together? We have conflicts where we just have to, that happens. You know when assholes band together and they believe they band together for a good cause? We have a war. I'm going to go ice my side. It's not been 24 hours, so don't at me. I'm icing my side because it hurts. After 24 hours, I don't give a shit. I'm more worried about swelling and stuff. I'm icing it and it hurts. Thank you guys so much for being here, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for whatever the fuck, and I'll look to when Nier is being rescheduled, and I'll make community posts about this. Hey Jeffrey, in the morning, that text you send that tells me like Nier is the day after now. Could you also tell me that I have to be reminded until these are community posts so I can get rid of these things? I'm going to ice my side now. I hate assholes. Love and respect each other. Make it so that we have less things to fight over and fight for. You don't have to be the other. You know when the first conflict started? When there were two people, because they had two different ideas. You know when the first harmony was? The harmonistic society was? When there was probably two people and they looked at each other and they're like, we're different, it's cool. You know when that's going to happen? Never. Because humans are dumb, because they have the prefrontal cortex. What are they called again? The processor, CPUs. They're the AMD CPUs that I have to. It's the 5600 and the 5800X. I gotta. So. Bye. Maybe I'll read some law books sometime. And then there'll be a troll that comes up and be like, I was a lawyer for so many years and that's wrong. And I'm literally reading from a textbook. Because that's the internet, assholes.